Welcome to Tales and Travel Adventures. Let's visit Greece. Hello, I'm Lavana Hawkins with Champaign Public Library. Krannert Art Museum on the campus of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign and Champaign Public Library have prepared this journey to Greece for us to enjoy together. There are two ways you can use this program. You can just listen and follow along as I read the narrative that accompanies each slide. Or you or your partner can turn down the volume and use the controls to pause each screen so that you can read the narrative aloud yourself. You might also want to talk with your partner about what you are seeing or any memories that come to mind. Today, we will visit a very ancient place, Greece. Some of the structures in Greece are thousands of years old. One of the most well-known is the Parthenon. It was completed in 438 BC to honor the goddess Athena. In Athens, the Parthenon is only one of the ruins in the area called the Acropolis. It is interesting to think that the ancient people who built these buildings and the modern people who live here now are separated only by time. What was daily life like for the people who built the Parthenon? They slept, lived, ate, bathed, and cared for their families, but in much different ways than we do now. Homes were built around a central courtyard. The andron is the men's quarters, and the gynecium is the women's quarters. Oikos refers to the entire family unit. Around the time the Parthenon was built, people used public bathhouses like this one for bathing. Bathing was a time of fellowship as well as cleansing. There were many objects that might be used to take care of daily tasks in the home. What do you think some of these were used for? Do any of them remind you of objects we still use in our homes? In ancient Greece, they used pottery jars with two arms to store liquids and grains. The two arms made it easier to tie the jars together, as well as handling the jar. Many jars had pointed bottoms and were held in a frame like this, or could be stuck into soft dirt or sand. These are called amphora vessels, characterized by their two arms, narrow neck, and small bottoms. The jars might be used as a part of food preparation, or bathing, or just storage. The amphora vases remind me of the crocks we used in this country during the last century. Perhaps your family used something similar. What do you want to say these were used for? Some of the ancient amphora vases were quite plain and just functional. However, others were decorated, usually with dark painted figures on a lighter background. Sometimes a painter used a dark background and light figures. Today, we will look at a hand-painted replica of one of the amphora vases from Greece, owned by Krannert Art Museum. Can you imagine the home and people where this was used in daily life? Perhaps a merchant chose the vase to present his special olive oil in, or some other product. A woman may have purchased the oil along with the decorated vase to take to her home. She prepared a meal using the prized olive oil and fed her family. What story would you make up about this vase? What do you want to say this figure painted on the side is doing? What would you say he is thinking about? What will happen next? The places that were built by the people of Greece tell us more than just that they were there. They tell us something about the kind of people who built them. We can also learn about them by looking at the objects they used in their daily lives. It was interesting to look at the amphora vases and the Parthenon from ancient Greece together today. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Here is something to think about as we part. What sort of container would you use to keep your most precious possession in? Questions? For materials to go along with this video, please contact Champaign Public Library at 217-403-2070. Email librarian@champaign.org. Or the Giertz Education Center at Krannert Art Museum, University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, at 217-300-9729. Email kam@illinois.edu. For information about using questions for a meaningful conversation, visit timeslips.org.